Ooh, Christian Kirk to the Jaguars. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on today, but today is our... I don't care. Today is our big show for the... How do you do a boomerang? That's getting me a headache. Stop promoting shit. So, let me send this. Boop. Boop. You guys are gonna love this. Be honestly, you guys are really gonna love this show. It took a lot of work. Like, a lot of work. This was hard. But this is just gonna be fun. I don't even know what else to say. You guys are gonna love this show. It's gonna be entertaining. Where's Karan? There's Karan. Bum 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 dun dun. Christian Kirk to the Christian Kirk. My bad. It's cold in my room a little bit, or like where my office area is in my room. So my nose is like a little bit runny. I'm not sick. It's just my nose is runny. You guys, Christian Kirk to the damn Jaguars. That's a surprising move. The Jaguars, they're going to be making moves. Like, they're going to be making moves that I think none of us expected them to make, because they're the Jaguars. And I think the Lions, too, you guys. I know this is our college basketball. Like, I know this is a basketball talk, but the Lions and Jaguars are going to make some moves, and you guys are not going to be ready for them. Just telling you this now. So, we got our March Madness. And sometimes I may not be in the chat maybe I might be able to see the chat on my phone because I may be looking at stuff too. Because I have some stuff written on my phone. So I'm sorry in advance for that. But this is going to be a great show. I stayed up till 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m. I don't even know what time it was around then. Doing this. So make sure you guys like that video or like it up. And here we go. So let me go like this. Make myself smaller. And I'll be honest with you guys, my computer, the reason why we started at 3:30 basically is because my computer was bugging out. So, and also I didn't get to finish the Midwest, I didn't get to finish writing the information down. So that's where I will be going on my phone for you guys to give you guys the information, because Kevin McCarthy. I'm so confused right now. Someone just said it's Kevin McCarthy, and someone said you're. So confused right now. Hold up. But so we have 1 minute, damn phone. So we got our March or 2022. Jesus Christ, Amari. My bad. I had to send my boy the link because he's having a moment. So, this is our first round preview. It's for the game. That's why this took so long for me to start. But by KBM Sports Talk, which is me, and our sponsor, and it's sponsored by Amplified Landscaping. Amplified Landscaping is a 1 minute, I'm trying to get to the thing. It's a small landscaping business out of South Hadley, Massachusetts. They specialize in routine maintenance such as mowing services, spring and fall cleanups, bush trimming, and more. To mulch and rock installations, lawn renovations, and more, you guys. Amplified Landscaping is also hiring at an entry level or experienced landscapers. If you have a good work ethic and want to turn a landscaping job into a career, go to amplified-landscaping.biz. Go to the careers tab. Fill out the info, hit the submit button, and someone from the team at Amplified will reach out to you. And make sure you guys say KBM Sports Talk sent you if you want services or if you're going for a job. Make sure you say KBM Sports Talk sent you. Thank you, Amplified. I'm so confused. Topic today is March Madness. And it's the first round games preview. That's the topic today, Kevin. And let's get into it. So we have the first 4 matchups, which not many people really care about, but here we go. We have number 11 seed Notre Dame going up against number 11 seed Rutgers in the first 4 games. And honestly, nobody really picks these. So I'm just telling you guys the games right here. I'm not going to tell you like what I'm thinking, like any like information on them until I'll do a whole nother video once these games are played. But these games get played tomorrow and Wednesday. And this is the first one. We have Notre Dame versus Rutgers. I think this is going to be a great matchup. I'm still in awe that Michigan didn't get in the first 4 games, but they got an overall 11 seed. I'm still confused by that. I still don't like that, but hey, it's college basketball. They're like college football. The name does matter. Then we have the 16 seed game. We have Texas Southern going up against Texas A&M CC, the Islanders, one of their Island boys. They got to be Island boys. And then we have the other 16 seed game. We have Wright State going up against Bryant. And also, talking about Bryant, Wednesday show, you guys, we have a special guest from Bryant. Sneak peek right there, little hint on something with that. Bryant, we have a special guest from Bryant on Wednesday's show. So make sure you guys tune into that. Then our first 4 game, we have the number 12 seed Wyoming going up against the number 12 seed Indiana. Wow. Oh, I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't really write anything for that stuff, Amari. So now we get into the real games that people actually care about and information that I'm going to give you. So to help you guys get your brackets to maybe be perfect, but also just for fun, you guys. Let's get into this. And tell me what you guys think about the graphics in the slideshow. It took me till 5. And 1 minute, I got to make myself a little bit smaller. Just peep that I'm covering some names. I apologize. I got to go from here again. And then go like this. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. The West region. Make sure you guys tell me, too, what you guys think about the graphics and all that stuff. Because this took me till 4:30 a.m., basically 5 a.m. to do this stuff. The West region, we have the number 1 overall seed, the Gonzaga Bulldogs, going up against the Georgia State Panthers, the number 16 seed. Gonzaga is 26-3. They are arguably the best team in the country. I think them and Arizona are the 2 best teams overall. In my opinion, I think so. By record, they are. They both have only 3 losses, and Gonzaga's only 3 losses were to Duke, Alabama, and St. Mary's. And they got the revenge on St. Mary's. They destroyed St. Mary's in the WCC tournament. And all those 3 of those teams are in the tournament. Duke, Bama, and St. Mary's. And they're all top 6 seeds. They're nothing less than top 6. Duke's a number 2 seed. Bama's a number 6 seed. And St. Mary's is a 6 seed, I believe, or 5 seed. I do not remember off the top of my head. But they are a 5 or 6 seed. And the players to watch for Gonzaga, you guys, Drew Timme and Chet Holmgren. I can never say his last name right. Drew Timme is a finalist. I think they're both finalists for the John Wooden Award. Chet is, compared to Porzingis, the unicorn. That's what people are calling him. He's the new unicorn. And these 2 have just been dominant. There's a great duo. You have a great big man and a great forward/guard, because Drew Timme can do it all. Man, the opponents, Gonzaga's held their opponents to 65.3 points per game this season, and they've also scored 87.8 points per game. Look at the scoring difference. That's 22 points, I believe. 22.5 points. The scoring difference between their opponents and them. That's just scary, you guys. And they have 39 rebounds per game. 52.8% from the field goals. This team is an overall great team. I think Gonzaga is going to easily destroy Georgia State. Yes, Georgia State won the Sun Belt, surprisingly. And they have won 12 of their last 13 games. But Gonzaga is just a well-oiled machine that is going to just roll over Georgia State. And I think there's a slim chance, you guys, that this could be a close game. But I think Gonzaga is going to roll over them. But Georgia State, props. You guys are a really well defensive-minded team. You've only allowed your opponents to score 64.8 points per game. And you guys have scored 70.6 points per game. But the biggest thing, too, is if you guys see in the bottom, 41% for field goals. That is not good compared to Gonzaga's 52.8%. You guys can see the difference. So, Gonzaga is the best option for this overall. But now we go to our next one. We have the number 8 seed going up against the number 9 seed. Number 8 seed Boise State Broncos going up against the number 9 seed Memphis. Both of these teams suck from the free throw line. Under 70% from the free throw line. So we can tell, like, as someone that's watched the March Madness his whole life, I can tell you this right now, that is something that matters a lot in the tournament, because when it comes down to close games, you want to make your free throws, and you are under 70% from the season. That is not good for both teams. But Boise State won the Mountain West tournament. Great victories from them. They've beaten San Diego State 3 times, who is a number 8 seed in this too. They lost to Colorado State twice, who is a 7 seed, I believe. Yes, because they're going up against Michigan. Michigan's the lover. Colorado State's a 6 seed or a 7 seed. I forget, but I'm sorry. But then they beat Wyoming twice, but they lost to Wyoming once. Then they beat Washington State by 6, and they lost to St. Louis by 4. So this team has potential to beat Power 5 teams. Yes, Memphis is, in a way, a group of 5 team, but I think in college basketball, there's the group of 5s that were for college football would be. They have some very talented teams. Like the American, they have Memphis, they have Houston, they have UCF is a pretty decent team. Like, they have good teams there. But then the Broncos are a strong defensive team and are a stout rebounding team. They aren't the best from three-point lane, but they use their size, you guys. They use their size to their advantage. They use their height that they have from their guards, because they have 2 big guards. And they use that height. They allowed their opponents 6.8 points per game, 60.8 points per game, and they've scored 68.7 points per game. As you guys can see, you can tell they're a defensive team. And I'm not going to compare these teams to Gonzaga's shooting percentage, or field goal percentage, but you have to, because Gonzaga is such a stout team, and that is the bar that these teams have to go up against. And one of these teams is going to play Gonzaga next round. 44% shooting from field goal range. Gonzaga's 52.8. It's not good. Then 34.8% from the three-point line. Not the best, but for a strong defensive team and a rebounding team, that is good. They use their height. They play old school basketball, Boise State. See, I think this is going to be the game, one of the best games that there is this tournament. Like, for the first round. I think this game is so evenly, I cannot tell you who I think is going to win this yet. Like, I can't tell you guys that. Like, I'm just giving you information for this game, and you tell me what you guys are thinking. Tell me in the chat, too, what you guys are predicting, like, for the games, too. But then we go to number 9 seed Memphis, who was 21-10. They have beaten Houston 2 times, lost to Houston once. They beat Virginia Tech, but it wasn't the Virginia Tech team that is like Virginia Tech now. The Virginia Tech team now is just disgusting. They have been on a tear. They beat Bama. They lost to Murray State, though, by 2. They beat SMU once, and they lost to SMU twice. They lost to Iowa State by 19, and they beat St. Louis by 16. All Connected Wellness Tracy says Memphis. Why do you say Memphis? What is it about Memphis that you think? Because this is a defensive matchup, you guys. Look, like this says, like I've put in the thing, 38. They've held their opponents to 38% from shooting. Like, that is an amazing stat line to look at, because 38% for shooting, wow. Hold up, I'm pulling something up real quick. I wish I had another computer. I need to get another computer so I can do 2 things. Look at this, or like look at the chat and do. Yeah, I need to get it. That's what I'm gonna get this summer. This summer I'm gonna get one. Save up, because that's a big thing to get. Put that in there. Move you here. 1 minute, guys. I'm just fixing something on my phone. Letting something install, because I actually do want to look at some stats too. Freshman center. Let me look. 1 minute. My thing is loading. I know who you're talking about. I'm trying to think of his name. That's why I'm also going on to my app that I have for March Madness to see if I can freaking find the second game. Their center, Duran. I can't say his name right. Duran. He is. Do they show you how many damn points he has? No, they don't show you how many points he has, but he's been averaging. I know. Yeah, he's their playmaker. Like, from the free throw line, Memphis is 69.2%. Boise is 64.9%. And the thing is, the scary part is that Boise State is a rebounding team, and they're a stout rebounding team, but they have less rebounds, average less rebounds than Memphis. Boise averages 32.3 rebounds per game. Memphis averages 35.5. And they get 12.5 offensive rebounds, and Boise gets 10.2. That's a scary factor right there. That Boise State is known for their rebounding, but Memphis gets more rebounds. But the problem with Memphis is they turn the ball over. They average 16.6 turnovers per game. Let's round up and say that's 17. And say they get breakaway layups every time. That's 34 points right there that they're letting up by turnovers. But more than likely they won't get a point. So let's go with let's go with like 20 points, 20 to 25 points they're giving up by those turnovers. Yes, they're getting 9.4 steals, so they're getting probably 10 points right there, but that's still a 10-point difference. And in the tournament, that could mean a lot more than anyone thinks of. Like, that 10 point is a lot right there for a team. So I think that this could go either way. I think both teams have star players that can make a difference, but I just think that if Memphis can not turn the ball over, if Memphis doesn't turn the ball over like they normally do, like they regularly do, they are going to win. That's in my opinion. If they don't turn the ball over crazily, they are going to win. They are going to win easily, in my opinion. And also, I'm in the way. I don't know where to put myself. Do you think where my guy is, where I am on the screen is okay? Or should I move it towards the middle? Should I put it in the middle? .4 steals per game for Memphis. Also, you guys, in the chat, can you tell me real quick? Should I move my you guys can see me, like my webcam, whatever you want to call it, to the middle of the screen, right? Because you guys can see my mouse, right? Wait, no, you can't. In between the Boise State picture and the Memphis picture, should I move it there? Or should I just keep it there? What do you guys think? Rockies are aggressively pursuing Chris Bryant. Rockies go and get Chris Bryant? Ooh. That's impressive. That's going to be it. So much crap going on today. I believe we should be able to read the screen. Let me see. So I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. I'm going to put myself right here. Now let me see what that does. How the heck do I do? No. Slideshow. Nope. Got it. Nope, I got to push myself over more. Wait, let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm good there. Yes, I'm cutting off a little bit of Houston, but you guys can still see the... And if I have to move myself, I have to move myself. It's all a learning process. It's my first time doing something like this. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. And make sure to share the video with your friends, family, stuff like that. So, next, we have the number 5 seed UConn Huskies going up against the number 12 seed. And in the middle, there really isn't much to read about. It's something that you guys really don't need to know. I'll just tell you what it says. It says that we're going up against the number 12 seed. It's New Mexico State, who is 26-6. UConn is 23-9. And it says at least one number 12 seed has defeated a 5 seed in 31 of the 36 tournaments. Last year, Oregon State was the only 12 seed to win, knocking off Tennessee 70-56. I don't see that happening in this matchup. I see in a couple the other 5 versus 12 seed matchups that happening, but not in this one. I think that UConn is going to handle this. UConn has beat Nova this year one time in that amazing game. They did lose to Nova twice, but they gave Nova a run for the money in the Big East tournament. They've beaten that all-in-powerful Auburn by 6 points. They lost to Providence by 4. They beat Seton Hall 2 times and lost to them once. They lost to Michigan State by 4, lost to Creighton twice, but they beat Marquette twice. So this team has a great foundation. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think this is a UConn team that's going to win the whole thing, but I think that this, I see that this team is a team that can make a run in the tournament and turn some people's heads, in my opinion. They aren't the best shooting team. Yes, obvious, they aren't the best shooting team, but it's okay because they are 43% from the field goal for field goals. They are 35% from the 3-point line, which is really good. But this team is a rebounding machine. 37 rebounds per game, 14 offensive boards. They have a great point with that. They block shots. They average 6.5 blocks per game and 6 steals per game. And they only have 11 turnovers per game, you guys. This team is all around a good team, but they are dominant when the offensive boards. They have the big men, and it's a scary thing, you guys, because New Mexico, they have a pair of this is what New Mexico's game is. They have 2 tall guards that they use. They use Teddy Allen and Rice. I'm not going to attempt to say his first name, so I'm not going to mess it up. But I think it's Serge-Ibaka. I think that's how you say it. If I'm very wrong, correct me. I apologize if I'm wrong. But they make a tough matchup because of how tall they are. It's like going up against 2 Ben Simmons, but that can shoot. Best way I can say that. And their supersized backcourt produces a rebound rate, an elite rebound rate. I'm struggling. With the 56% of all available boards they get. Guards, you guys. That's scary. And they haven't lost a game by more than 4 points, you guys, since mid-January. It is March now, mid-March. They beat Davidson by 12. Yes, Davidson, the one that won the Atlantic 10. And they beat Washington State. Washington State's in the NIT. Davidson's in the tournament now. So this team performed against their big teams. Like, this team can perform. And this game is getting played at the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. So this is the thing, too. UConn's fans are going to travel. UConn's fans are going to be up there. And they're going to be loud. Can New Mexico State handle that? I don't think so. But I think that this is going to be a very good game that most people aren't going to think. But I do think UConn is going to take this. Just because of the simple fact of UConn's boards They get that offensive board. They get those second chance opportunities that most teams cannot. And yes, I do know that the Aggies have those. They are a pretty tall team, but UConn is UConn. They have that amazing team. They have that amazing second chance points. In 1 minute, you guys, let me just do something real quick. I'm just going on another thing too, so I have two things that I can refer to. That's why I need another computer, you guys. So I can go look at that, look at you guys, and not have to do so much on my phone. Let me go to the 5 seed. And also, you guys, another thing with UConn is 6-1 in the last 7 games they played in the regular season. And the player to watch for UConn is their 6'9" forward, Adama Sanago. He's recovered 39% of the missed shots going to the boards, 39% of the offensive boards, and has made 39% of their threes for UConn. Just Adama, wow. That's an amazing thing. And another player to look for. Another couple players to look. 2 players to look for is R.J. Cole and Tyrese Martin for UConn. And let me go to what I have for New Mexico State. I forgot that I actually wrote this stuff in my notes because I couldn't fit it on the slideshow. So I apologize that this may be taking a little bit longer. I will be doing a video on this, just the slideshows and me talking, so it's better this is just a live stream, just because you guys, I just got to show you guys my beautiful face. And the players to look for New Mexico State, Teddy Allen, Sir'Jabari Rice, they've dominated this year. They have done great. And Teddy Allen, also, you guys, who has went to West Virginia and went to Nebraska, he has earned WAC Player of the Year honors on a team that is led the conference in offensive efficiency. So this team is the best team in the WAC. So that's a good fact for you guys too. Let me try to give you guys as much information as I can to help you guys with your brackets. So sorry if I'm a little bit on a slide too much. I apologize. But what are you guys thinking? You guys like UConn? Who do you guys like in this? Do you guys like UConn or do you like New Mexico State? Tell me in the chat. Me, I like UConn. A little bit of biasness because I'm really close to UConn. But let's go to. Yes, I agree. UConn is going to the tournament hot. Yes, they did lose to Nova, but they gave Nova a run for their money. And I think that this is going to be a really good game, though. But I agree. I do have UConn winning this, you guys. But that's my opinion. If you guys want to see that upset, then go to New Mexico State. But I think UConn got this one. Now, to our next game, you guys. We have... Ooh, look at those animations. Just amazing. I wonder who did them. We got number 4 seed Arkansas, 25-8, going up against number 13 seed Vermont. I forgot to put Vermont's record, you guys. I am so sorry. Remember, I did this, you guys, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the damn morning. And I see Vermont. No, it does not give me what they have. Okay, let me go to the 4 seed. I'll go up to the 4 seeds. That's number 1 seeds. 2, 3, 4. So let's go with Arkansas first, you guys. Number 4 seed Arkansas. They beat Kentucky They beat them by 2. They split the series with Tennessee, 1-1 and lost 1. They beat Auburn by 4. They beat LSU 3 times, you guys. They lost to Alabama, at Alabama though, by 1. And they lost to Oklahoma by 22. But my thing is, Oklahoma, but then Texas, they lost to Texas A&M 2 out of the 3 times they played them. But my thing is, this is not about Oklahoma and Texas A&M didn't make it in the tournament, but we have a team like Michigan in. Someone explain that to me? Like, that's my one thing, but whatever. More likely, I'm going to say more Texas A&M than Oklahoma. But Oklahoma has wins that they deserve to be in. But whatever. Arkansas is led by their star guard, you guys. JD Noteo. This team is an attacking team. This team is an offensive team. We were last couple games, we're going to be defensive games. But this game is going to be a high offensive game, you guys. It's going to be a very high offensive game. This could be an upset watch. I think this is an upset watch. I think that you could see Vermont upset Arkansas, because Arkansas is one of the top teams in free throws. They get those fouls. They average getting, I think it was 20 fouls a game. They get like not them fouling, getting fouled. So this team is a great team with that part. They do shoot 75% from the line. So that's pretty good. Not the best, but 3/4 is pretty good. And they have those 4 players that are averaging double digits in scoring. So that's what I'm saying. Arkansas is a great scoring team. They aren't a 3-point shooting team, though, you guys. That is the surprising fact about them. They average, their percentage from 3-point range is 30.7. That's in a way very scary, because they're a high offensive scoring team, but they do it that old-fashioned way, going back to the I think it was Boise State. Boise State. They are a very old school team. Arkansas is an old school team, but they are a fast playing old school team. And then you go to Vermont for the shooting percentages. Vermont is 49.9%, so I'm just going to go round up and say 50% for field goals. So they make half of their shots that they take, basically. And they are the best in the land, in the whole league, in offensive field goal percentage and turnover percentage. They only give up the ball 9.8 times per game. 9.8. So basically 10 turnovers they get a game, basically. And they're not a defensive team, crazy defensive team, you guys, honestly, if we're going to be honest with you, because their defensive rebounds, yes, they get 25.2, but they only get 5.1 steals per game and 2.5 blocks per game. On the other hand, Arkansas gets 7.7 steals per game and 4.2 blocks per game. But Arkansas gives the ball up 12.6 or 12 turnovers a game. And also going with Vermont, they are 73.8% free throw shooting team. This is going to be a really great matchup, you guys. Let's go to Vermont for a little bit, because we did talk about Arkansas. But one more thing with Arkansas, they aren't big. They aren't a big team. So that is their biggest problem. That is their biggest flaw. But they have the talent. They have the talent and they have experience to go to make it to Sweet 16, say. They do have that talent, but can they utilize that talent and go? That is my one question for them. Do they have the talent? Do they have the ability to capitalize on what they have and the talent that they have? Because that is their biggest problem this year, that they do not know how to. They don't seem like they don't know how to capitalize on it. But let's go to Vermont. Vermont did lose to Providence at Providence this year by 10, and they lost to Maryland by 11. Providence is in the big dance. Maryland is in the NIT. Or NIT, congrats, you made the NIT. Like, it really is. Then, 1 minute. The two players for Vermont to look for is their two seniors. There are two offensive scoring seniors. Forward Ryan Davis, who has 17.1 points per game and is 41% from three-point line. And Ben Shungu, who is averaging 16 points per game and 42% from the free throw line. They are one of the best duos in the nation. So Vermont has that right there. And they have that amazing offense. So this Vermont is a team to be scared of if you play them first round. Next station, you talking about Arkansas or Vermont? Just keep them out of the paint. Because if you keep Vermont out of the paint, they're just going to shoot the three ball. You know what I mean? Like, and I think you're meaning by Arkansas by that young sensation. You keep them out of the paint, then you get experience. They're not a 3-point shooting team. So I agree with that. Vermont can keep them out of the paint, then Vermont won this game. So this could go either way, you guys. This is like the Memphis Boise State game. If Vermont does what they have to do, they will win. So this is an upset watch. My first upset watch right now. I think that you will probably say there's one of the higher chances in this tournament that you will see the upset. Vermont could win this game. Arkansas could win this game. But I'm going to go with my own opinion. I'm going to say I'm leaning a little bit towards Vermont. I'm not an expert, but for you guys, because I know that I have a Tournament 2 bracket challenge. If you guys want to join that, it's KBM Sports Talk. And I'll see if I can leave the the link in the description, you guys. And also, like I said earlier, we will be doing a video for this. So now we have the West region. We have the number 11 seed, one of the first 4 playing games, Rutgers versus Notre Dame. The winner of that will go home and play number 6 seeded Alabama. And I can't wait to do the work on this team, the Alabama, because Alabama is one of the more up and down teams this season. They have these games where you're like, oh my God. And then they have these games you're just like, what was that? Was that Alabama? Not like they have the talent. They're so talented. But they're like Arkansas, where they sometimes don't know how talented they are, and it's sad. But let's see. Now we go to our next one. And we have number 3 seeded Texas Tech, 25-9, going up against number 14 seed Montana State, who is 27-7. Let's start with the number 14 seed this time. The Montana State, you guys. Montana State has lost to South Dakota State by 17. They lost at Colorado by 4. This team is an offensive machine. 48% from field goal range, 37 from three-point line, 75% on the free throw line. This team is an offensive machine. They're in the top 50 nationally for effective field goals. And the one thing that drives this team is their veterancy. This team is very veteran-laced. They are amazing, honestly. And 1 minute, I'm trying to find what I have for them. That gave me shit. So, with Montana State, you guys, they are a machine with offense. That's the best I can say, you guys. I have nothing else to say for you guys. They 24.7 defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, they get 8.9, 18.1 fouls per game. So that is their biggest problem. They do foul a lot. That's something they're going to have to keep down, because if they don't, Texas Tech will capitalize on that, because Texas Tech is 70% from the free throw line. Yes, that's not great, but it's enough to beat a team like this. And Texas Tech is also one of those teams where Texas Tech, they seem like when they get in the tournament, they make some runs. The last couple times they've made it. But let's go with Texas Tech. I think Montana State, I'm happy they made it. This game is going to be played Friday at 1:45 in the Vijas Arena in San Diego, California. So both the travel for both these teams probably basically equal, I would say. But let's go with Texas Tech. Texas Tech has lost to Gonzaga by 14. They beat Baylor twice, you guys. Baylor twice. They lost 2 out of the 3 to Kansas. They beat Tennessee. That Tennessee team that is dominating right now, that is scary. They beat them twice. They beat Texas twice. They lost at Providence by 4, and they beat Oklahoma 2 out of the 3 times they played them. Texas Tech is one of the best defensive teams in the nation. They allow only... Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this. Where the hell? Does it show me? No, this doesn't show me. 1 minute, you guys. I'm trying to find this for you guys. Because I saw this today, and I didn't write it down, so I have to go on ESPN and go to the dang, this game's getting played. Did I say Friday? Friday, yes. Friday, yes. Right here. Texas Tech, they allow their opponents only... Can I see where the hell it says it? Guys, it's not showing me. It showed me today. Never mind. It's not letting me see anything. Wait. No, I can't. It won't show up. Sorry, you guys. They have allowed their teams, like, Texas Tech has allowed their teams not many points. Like, it's actually very impressive. And with Texas Tech, they are 47% from the field goal range, 31% from the three-point line. The rebounds for both these teams, comparison, is basically the same. Only thing that separates them is 0.1. 33.6% for Montana State, 33.5% for Texas Tech. Offensive rebound, Texas Tech beats them in that aspect. 10.6. Montana State has an 8.9. Montana State does get better defensive rebounds. They get 24.7, and Texas Tech is 22.9. Steals, Texas Tech gets 8.2, you guys. Montana State gets 5.5. 8.2 steals per game Texas Tech gets. That's amazing. Blocks, pretty much even. 37 blocks per game. 3.7 blocks for Montana State, 3.5 blocks for Texas Tech. Both teams really don't turn the ball over, or they do turn the ball over, but it's pretty much even. 13.8 for Texas Tech, 12.9 for Montana State. My thing is, I think this is, I don't even really know why I'm fully talking crazily about this, is I do not see Montana State upsetting Texas Tech. I don't see that happening. I don't think Texas Tech will allow that. They have senior forward Bryson Williams, leading scorer for the team, and junior guard Kevin McCullough tops the team in rebounds and assists. I do not see Texas Tech losing to them. That is my prediction. That is my thing. But this is I think this could be a blowout, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yes, that Montana State is a great offensive team, but Texas Tech is the best defensive team in the nation, one of the best defenses in the nation. So that's going to be very impressive to see one of the best teams in offenses, Montana State, going up against one of the best defensive teams. But now on to our next game, you guys. Crunch that up, throw that out. We have number 17 seed Michigan State going up against number 10 seed Davidson, you guys. Michigan State split the series with Purdue. Against Baylor, they lost by 17. They lost by 13 to Kansas. They lost by 26 to Iowa. They beat UConn, though, by 4. They beat Loyola Chicago by 2. They lost twice to Illinois, and they won 2 out of 3 against Wisconsin. This team is a very up and down team. Wow. What a experience to read through that. This team is a very up and down team. As you guys can see, like, they beat Purdue like 2 out of the 3 times, or they split the thing with Purdue. So then they lost by 17, lost by 13, lost by 26. They beat UConn. They beat Loyola. They lose twice to Illinois, but they beat Wisconsin, Wisconsin team that is a really, really good. 2 out of the 3 times. Like, what? And this team has had a very crazy season, though. They really have. It's their 23rd consecutive NCAA appearance. That's just a fun fact for you guys. And we have Gabe Brown for Michigan State as player to watch for, 11.4 points per game, 37.3 from 3. And this prospect, this is a pro, like one of the prospects for the pros for Michigan State is Max Christie, 9.5 points per game, and can clearly play on the next level. So this team is going to be a team to look for. Maybe they can make a run, but it isn't the best team that Izzo's had. But it may be a team that can make a run, but they're going up against a hard opponent, which is number 10 seed Davidson, who is 27-6. And this team has beaten Bama by 1. They lost to San Francisco, though, by 5. They lost to Dayton by 6. They split with VCU, but they also beat St. Louis twice. So this team is a team that has been under the radar, honestly, this year by a lot. Like, they really have done really good. They were picked to finish 6th in the Atlantic 10 this year. And this team has done more than they were expected. They have exceeded their expectations by so much. They are the top offensive teams in the country. And they fit really well as a spoiler, though. This team could be a team that spoils a lot of people's brackets. And I think you guys got to look out for Davidson and pick Davidson probably in a couple of games. Because Davidson is a team this year that I think is going to spoil a lot of brackets. They are top 10 this year from beyond the arc. They are 38% from behind the arc, you guys, Davidson. This team is scary. They are led by Foster Loyer, 16.5 points per game. And they are also led by, I can't say his first name, but his last name is Lee, who has 16.3 points per game, 6.1 rebounds. And their 6'10" center, Luka Brajovic, who is 14.3 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 1.3 blocks per game, and he's 43% from the three-point line, you guys. This team is capable of upsets. Yes, you heard me, 6'10", getting 43% from the three-point line. This team is a team that can beat Michigan State. What are you guys thinking? You guys got any opinion on this one yet? What are you guys thinking about this Michigan State-Davidson game? I'm going to go with the comparison in a minute. I'm going to do the comparison. I think this is going to be a really great game. The comparison, let's go to the comparison, you guys. We have Michigan State versus Davidson. Davidson is 48.5% from the field goals. Michigan State is 46% from field goal range. 3-point range, we have Davidson. Like I said, you guys, one of the best in the nation, if not the best in the nation, top 10. 38.7% from the 3-point range. Spartans are 37.5% from the 3-point range. So both of these teams are 3-point shooting teams. 75.4% from the line is Davidson. 73.4% from the line is Michigan State. So both of these teams are shooting teams. These teams can score. Can they play defense? That is the question. Michigan State gets 6 steals per game and 5.1 blocks per game. Davidson gets 2.5 blocks per game and 4.8 steals per game. Those blocks could make a difference. Fouls. Michigan State, though, is a foul team. They have 17 fouls per game. Davidson only gives up or fouls 14.7 basically average. Turnovers is a big difference. Davidson has 13.3 turnovers per game. Or Michigan State, I meant to say. And Davidson only has 9.9, so 10. So that's a 3 difference in turnovers. That's 6 points basically. It could be 6 points. Right there. That 6 points means something. So this is going to be a game to watch. This is one of the biggest games to watch, you guys. I think that it's a really interesting game. And this game is going to be played on Friday at 9:40 p.m. It's one of the late year games. And it's getting played in Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. It's going to be a one to watch for you guys. I'm telling you guys want to tune in for this game at 9:40 on Friday. Now we go to our next game, our last game in the West region. We have the number 2 seeded Duke going up against the number 15 seeded Cal State Fullerton. And honestly, this is a cool. I like their logo. I'm gonna say that right now. I didn't know that they were the Titans. I know that they were the Titans, but I didn't think that they were an elephant. I think that's awesome. Duke this year has beaten Gonzaga by 3. They beat Kentucky by 8. They split with Virginia Tech. They split with North Carolina. They lost to Ohio State, though, by 5. They beat Wake Forest twice, and they split with Miami. This team is so... this team has the talent to win the whole thing. I'll be honest with you guys right now. I am a Duke fan. I am. But I'm not I will be straight up. Duke puts too much pressure on themselves. This team, there's so much pressure with themselves that this team is like, oh, we have to win this for Coach K. We have to win this for Coach K, da-da-da-da. If they went out there and just played basketball like Duke can, this team would be the number 1 team in the country by far. They have the talent. They have Paolo is disgusting. This team is a team that is to reckon with, but the problem is themselves. They put too much pressure on themselves. They're in their own minds. So if they play the ball they can play, I think they can win it all. But honestly, I think once they get to like the next round, they play Davidson. Davidson's a hard team, or they play Michigan State. It's a hard team. This team may put too much pressure on themselves, and they may lose in the next round. I think they're going to beat Cal State Fullerton. Honestly, I really think they're going to. But I think that they put too much pressure on themselves. That is my one thing. But I think Duke is a team to look for to win it all. But their biggest thing is they're their biggest enemy. They're their biggest problem and challenge is themselves. If they stop putting so much pressure on themselves and stop worrying about, oh, I have to do this for Coach K, this for Coach K, and just go play damn basketball and play like Duke, they will win it. They can win it all. They have a chance to be in the Final Four. But it's all in their own minds. Cal State Fullerton, this team was a surprising team to make the tournament. They did some upsets. They beat Long Beach State. Long Beach State was the favorite to win. I think it was the Big West. They were the favorite to win it all in the Big West. But Cal State came in and beat them. So, something to look for. They haven't done good against top-tier teams. San Diego State, they lost by 10. They lost to Wyoming by 13. And they lost Santa Clara by 7. So this team, there's a couple things that this team could improve on. But I think that Duke is just going to run away with this team. Cal State Fullerton, though, is a better free throw shooting team. They are 76% from the three-point line, or free throw line. Duke's only 72.9. So basically 73. And Duke just is like, if I'm looking at the stat line right now, it's just Duke is just better. And steals, yes, Cal State Fullerton has more steals, 7.3 they average. But Duke averages 5.5 blocks, they only average 2. Turnovers, 12.3 for Cal State, 10.2 for Duke. Duke is the overall better team. They have the most talent, but honestly, guys, we all know Duke has more talent, but will Duke show up? Like we said against when they played North Carolina. I know Cal State Fullerton ain't no North Carolina, but it's Duke. But I say Duke will win this game. Next game, you guys, we have our East region. We start with our East region. We have our number 1 seed, Baylor, who is 26-6, going up against number 16 seed, Norfolk State. Norfolk State, you guys. Yes, you heard me right. Norfolk State. We have Baylor, who has split with Kansas, who lost to... They lost to Kansas. Yes, they lost to Kansas in the Big 12. They beat Villanova by 21. They lost to Texas Tech twice, and they beat Texas twice. They lost to Bama, though, by 9. They beat Michigan State by 17. And they beat Oklahoma twice. So this team has the caliber. This team was the favorite. Them and Gonzaga all year. Them, Arizona, and Gonzaga were the teams to watch out for that were going to win it all. And honestly, but when I saw Baylor in the tournament, in their Big 12 tournament, I do not see them winning it all. I see them winning this matchup. Yeah, I think they're going to win this matchup. I think Norfolk State, though, is going to has the possibility to give this team a run for their money. I think they could, Norfolk State. From what I've seen, I watched that Norfolk State championship game. They could do that. But Baylor, I don't think is going to allow that. But Baylor needs to play Baylor ball. If they don't play Baylor ball, then they're not going to do good. Because what I saw in the tournament, they aren't that good as everyone's thinking they are. They weren't impressive to me. They looked bad. So I think Baylor has a lot to work on. And honestly, you guys, the stat line, if you're looking at stats, these two teams are so even. 46.6 for field goal percentage for Norfolk State, 46.4 percentage for Baylor, 34.8% for three-pointers for Norfolk, 34.6 percentage for Baylor. From the free throw line, they're the same, 69.8. Rebounds, Norfolk State, 35.9. Baylor, 33.7. These two teams are so evenly matched. Statistically wise, not talent wise. Talent wise, Baylor destroys Norfolk State. So I think Baylor's going to destroy Norfolk State. I just think that's what's going to happen. Norfolk State, congrats, you got there, but Baylor's probably going to run you over. Now we go to our next matchup. We have a number 8 seed versus 9 seed. We have the North Carolina Tar Heels with the 24-9 record and with the 8 seed right there, coming off a loss to Virginia Tech. Then we have our number 9 seed Marquette, who was 19-12. Both of these teams were very up and down, so I do not know who I would say in this game. North Carolina has split with Duke. They lost to Kentucky by 29, lost to Tennessee by 17, lost to Purdue by 9. They won 2 out of the 3 Virginia Tech. They lost by 22 to Wake Forest, and they beat Michigan by 21. This team is so up and down. It's not even funny. But they have talent. So does Marquette. Marquette this year, in their season, they beat Villanova twice. They lost to UCLA by 11. They beat Illinois by 1. They lost to UConn twice. They lost to Wisconsin by 13. They split with Providence. They beat Seton Hall by 2 times. And they lost to Creighton 3 times, though. In my opinion, I think this is going to be this is one of the other games, too. Like the Michigan State versus Davidson. This is another game. Keep your eyes out for. It's going to be a great game because both these teams have been up and down this season. But I think North Carolina has turned it on I think North Carolina has turned it on in the later parts of their season. So I think North Carolina will probably win this, but I think this is going to be a really good game. But that's my thing for this game. Both these teams are really good, but they're very up and down. Now we go to our next game. We have our number 5 seed, St. Mary's. St. Mary's was a 5 seed, you guys, so I did bring that up earlier. They will be going up against either Wyoming or Indiana, though Wyoming and Indiana have to play in their playing game. Now we have our next game. We have the East in the East region still. We have the number 4 seed UCLA, who is 25-7, going up against number 13 seed Oklahoma, Akron, who is 24-9. Akron is coming off of winning the MAC tournament. UCLA is coming off of losing to Arizona in the Pac-12 tournament final. UCLA lost to Gonzaga by 20. They lost 2 out of the 3 to Arizona. They beat Nova by 9. They lost to they beat USC 2 out of the 3 times they played them. They beat Marquette by 11. They beat Washington State twice, but they lost to Oregon twice. This team is good. We all know what they did last year, and this team is hot right now. I would not want to play UCLA right now. I think UCLA will beat Akron. Akron, yes, they are pretty damn good. They only lost to Ohio State by 1. Akron is good. Akron is, I'll be honest with you guys, Akron is a team that should be talked about. But they just got the bad bid. They got a bad bid right here by going up against UCLA, as UCLA has turned it on in this part of the season. And it's just think that it's too bad for Akron. Because Akron is a really good team. I think if they went up against like a say they put them up against like a Marquette, I think Akron would beat a Marquette. But I do not see them beating UCLA. I don't think so. I think that UCLA will beat Akron, as my opinion. That's what I'm thinking, you guys. Then we have our number 6 seeded Texas, who is 21-11, going up against number 11 seed Virginia Tech, who is 23-12. Virginia Tech may be the hottest team coming into this tournament. They won the ACC tournament, you guys, by beating Duke and UNC, or if you guys, the Tar Heels. A lot of people call UNC a lot of things. North Carolina, UNC, Tar Heels. They won the ACC tournament. Virginia Tech won the tournament. So no one expected that. No one expected Virginia Tech to go out there and beat a Duke, beat North Carolina, beat the teams they did, and they did. And Texas is maybe one of the coldest teams coming into the tournament. They were up 42, I believe it was, they were up by like 20 points. I think it was to TCU in their game in the Big 12. And they lost it with 11 minutes left on the game. They're up by like 20 points. And they lost it. Texas came into this came into the tournament cold. And if they don't fix it fast, they're going to get run out of the arena by Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech will run over them. I think Virginia Tech is going to beat Texas in a upset by seeding ranking. By number 11 versus number 6, 11 would win. I don't think Virginia Tech is an 11 seed. By the way they are playing, they are not 11 seed. I think they will beat Texas pretty dang well. That's what I think. I think Texas is a good team, but Texas is not. They're cold. They are very cold. And Virginia Tech isn't cold. They are hot as hell right now. Now we go to our next game. We got our number 3 seed Purdue going up against number 14 seed Yale. It's another game. This could be an upset. We could see an upset here. Purdue needs to be ready to play, you guys, because Yale is coming in on fire. Yale is one of those teams where you do not want to play Yale in this tournament. Yale is a team, really is a team to be afraid of. Yes, they're 19-11 and they are 14 seed. But every single time they make the tournament, it seems like they pull off an upset. They pull off a win that nobody expected. They come very, very, very close to pulling off an upset. So I think this could be a bracket buster right here. In my opinion, this could be one of the biggest bracket busters, this matchup right here in the whole tournament. Think you may see Yale upset Purdue. I just think that Yale is a very team that no one talks about. Purdue, honestly, they've been consistent all year, Purdue. They have been very consistent. Yale, I think, is just the better team in that aspect. Yale has the scary team coming in, though, because they've caught fire at the right time. Purdue, yes, they are they are doing pretty well, damn well. Like I said, they're consistent. But I think Yale is that upset team that could upset Purdue. I think Yale could upset Purdue. So make sure you guys just keep looking out for that, because Yale, I really do think. Put it over there. Missed it. I'll just do this so you guys know a little bit of the stats for Yale. I'll go. Wait, my nose. Yale is a 33% shooting team. They are from the line. They are 74%, and they average 6.2 steals, but they are a fouling team. If you go by numbers, you would pick. If you really do go by numbers, you guys, you would say Purdue is going to destroy Yale. Yeah, Purdue will destroy Yale. But if you watched Yale in the Ivy League championship game against Princeton, Yale was impressive. Yale was very impressive. Purdue was very impressive against Iowa, and who else they played in their Big Ten. So I think this is going to be a really good game. That's my opinion. I think Yale is the upset as a bracket buster this year. This is going to be a bracket busting game. Think that's what this game is going to turn out to be. Now we go to our next game. A little ripple effect right there. We have our two teams that you would never expect to see going up against each other this high of seeds. You would not expect this. Two group of 5 teams, you guys. And if this was like two teams that are non-power 5 going up against each other. We love seeing that. We have Murray State, who is on fire, you guys. They enter the dance with a 20-game winning streak. Yes, you heard me right. 20 freaking games. Not 10, not 15, not 19, 20. And they have one of the best 1-2 punches in the whole thing. 6'10" KJ Williams and 6'5" Tevin Brown, who combined for more than 35 points per game. Both were freshman starters on the 2019 team that reached the second round, led by Ja Morant. What this team lacks is size, but makes up with that heart, that grit, that never giving up. This team is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the nation and thrives on forcing turnovers, you guys. Literally Murray State, they steal the ball 7.9 times per game. But we're going to go with San Francisco. San Francisco steals the ball 7.7 times per game. This is going to be a great matchup that more people need to be talking about. They are talented. San Francisco, talented on offensive and defenses. But their biggest problem, like I wrote, kryptonite, is team that relies on threes. They're not a great defense for threes. And Murray State is 35.3% from three-pointers. So that could be a problem there. But this team is led by their senior guards, Jamari Boye and Khalil Shabazz. They carrying the load. But this team does struggle with free throws. Both of these teams do. But I really do think, you guys, that Murray State is going to win this. I think Murray State is the team. I think Murray State's going to make a good run this year. I think they're going to get past the second round. I think they're going to make the Sweet 16 this year. Murray State is an amazing team. And I'm so happy that they got their respect of being a number 7 seed. I thought they were going to be like a 6 seed, but they got the 7 seed, so I'm happy with that. We go to our last game in the East region. We have number 2 seeded Kentucky, who is 26-7, who has had a great season, who has been a team that a lot of people are saying is a dark horse to win this whole thing. But after what I saw Tennessee did, I think Tennessee is the biggest dark horse in this whole thing. But Kentucky is going up against number 15 seeded St. Peter's. Their mascot is a peacock. I love it. They opened their they lost the 6 of 9 games to open their season, but they're peaking at the right time and running 7 straight, entering the tournament the tournament play. There are a defensive team, and this team is one of those teams that when you ever play a sport, you got those teams that just get under your skin, they annoy you, and they're like a pest. They just keep coming and coming and coming and coming at you. That is St. Peter's. Do I think that Kentucky, this is an easy matchup? Yes, I do think so. But I think St. Peter's is going to piss off Kentucky. Because Kentucky is a lot of young guys. They don't have like a lot of, like, because it's Kentucky. It's Calipari. He doesn't have, he's not going to have a lot of seniors. St. Peter's is a team that has pretty good veterans. And is a player to watch is Casey Defo. Is a name to watch for St. Peter's. But St. Peter's overall is a team that's going to get under Kentucky's skin. I don't think that they're going to beat Kentucky, but I think that they are going to piss Kentucky off a lot. So I think Kentucky is going to win that. I think that St. Peter's is going to give them a good fight the first half, but I think second half Kentucky's just going to go out there and run them over. St. Peter's is going to get under their skin, though. That's what I'm going to say that. Now we go to the South region. Our first game, we have number 1 seeded Arizona, 31-3, going up against Wright State or Bryant. Either or. We'd have to see who they go up against. It's not confirmed yet because those two teams have to play in the first 4 games. And now we go to our next game. We have number 8 Seton Hall, who is 21-10, going up against number 9 seeded TCU, who is 20-12. This is going to be a great game, you guys. I do not know who I want. I cannot tell you guys. Both of these teams are great. Seton wins offenses. Their offense wins them games. Their rebounding will carry this team through the tournament. I got the hiccups. Seton Hall is a great rebounding team. But we go to TCU. TCU is one of the best defensive teams in the nation. TCU is a great defensive team. They limit the opponent's three-point percentage. They're amazing. But the problem with TCU is they're only 67% from the free throw line. That is their problem. And they're only 30% from the three-point line. But this team, TCU gets 6.3 steals per game, 4.2 blocks per game. But if we look at it, Seton Hall gets 7.2 steals per game and 5.5 blocks per game. So, Seton Hall is the better team, in my opinion. I think Seton Hall will beat TCU, but I think this is going to be a very great game. That's really my opinion. I think that Seton Hall can beat TCU, and Seton Hall they do have a problem with fouling people. They really do, but TCU is not a great free throw shooting team. So that is something to look for. I think that both these teams are going to have a great game. I think it's going to be a great game. And this game is going to get played on Friday night at 9:57. So make sure you guys tune into this. Great game. Then we go to our next game. We have the number 5 seed Houston going up against the number 12 seeded UAB. What a game we have here. We have Houston, who is an amazing team. Like, both sides of the ball. Their leading scorer is Kyle Edwards. And it's one of the most efficient offenses, you guys. Like, Houston is a great. Like, they hold opponents frighteningly low shooting percentages, surrendering fewer than 60 points per game. With 4 senior starters, this is a chance for this team to show off their veterancy. They are the worst. This team from the three-point line or free throw line, you guys, is 67%. That is bad. Like, that's bad. I'm looking at the stats too. Houston's just they're good. They have a great team. But UAB is defeating Louisiana Tech in the Conference USA title game to win the Conference USA. They are led by Jordan Walker. They have a high-powered guard-oriented offense. They do a great job of creating turnovers. They get 11.5 turnovers per game. and they average 9.8 steals and 4.3 blocks. This team is really good. You could see a 12. This could be an upset game. I'll be honest with you guys. This could be an upset game right here. Yes, Houston is veterans. They are really good. But UAB is just as good. But the only thing with UAB is they do lack size. They lack size in that they do. That's the only problem. And UAB is a pretty good shooting team. They are 38% from the 3-point line. So that is something to watch, you guys, because that is Houston only isn't that great, is one of the best teams in defenses for shooting percentage going up against them. So that is something to look for, and I can't wait to see that. And that's the biggest one. They aren't that big though, UAB. So I think this could be an upset watch, but I think my own opinion, I think Houston will beat UAB, but I think that a lot of people should be on the lookout for this game because this could be a very big upset game. Now we go to our next game. We have the number 4 seeded Illinois going up against the number 13 seeded Chattanooga. And Chattanooga, you guys, if you guys watched the stream, I think it was last Friday or last Thursday. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday. Chattanooga, wow, what a game they had to win it, to send them to the tournament. A buzzer beater against Furman. Wow, a half-court shot. With 2 dudes on him. He makes it. This team is a team to look for. Illinois, they do have great players. They have a powerhouse squad with Kofi Cockburn, Trent Frazier, and Alfonso Plummer. Cockburn is a finalist for the Wooden Award. He averaged 21 points and 10.6 rebounds this season. He is a nightmare to match up against. So that's where they could use that. They could just go and say, what we're going to do is we're just going to give the ball to Kofi, and he's going to dominate in the paint. And I think that that's probably what's going to happen. But I do see Chattanooga being an upset team because they do have 2 really good players. And they're led by their number 1 is Malichi Smith, who's 20.1 points per game and 6.7 rebounds per game. He was a SoCon Player of the Year. It's going to be a difficult matchup for the higher seeds to go up against them. And this is a hard game for Illinois. Illinois has not been playing the best lately. They really haven't been. Chattanooga is on top of their game right now. So you could see this could be an upset. This could be a big upset if Illinois doesn't show up to play. Chattanooga, I think, could upset. It's like an upset watch. It's a big upset watch that no one's going to be talking about. I think that Illinois is probably going to win, but Chattanooga is going to... They have a high % chance for me to be an upset. I really think that they could be the upset, but I do think Illinois will win, but there's a high % chance that Chattanooga wins. Now we go to our next game, Airplane. We got number 6, Colorado State, going up against number 11 seed Michigan. The Michigan does not deserve to be that high. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. Michigan, you don't deserve to be in the tournament, honestly. 17-14, what the is that? I don't care. No, you don't deserve to be in the tournament. Their key wins, they did beat Purdue, they beat Michigan, and they beat Ohio State to close the season. But they suffered losses to Minnesota, Seton Hall, UCF. Teams that they shouldn't, like Minnesota and UCF, you should not be losing to them. Minnesota was one of the worst teams in Big Ten. I think they may have been the worst team, and you lost to them. I think Colorado State is going to dominate Michigan. This team, they are a fast-playing team. They are in a way, Colorado State is that old playing style that we're talking about with Boise State. They are a slower than most. Like this, they are a slow team. They play that old school style team way. They are led by David Roddy, who is 19.4 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game. Then they have Isaiah Stevens, 14.9 points per game, 4.8 assists per game. They do a good job limiting their turnovers and shooting free throws. They are going to be a good team this year to look for. I say they do beat Michigan. And, yeah, that's what I think. I think Michigan shouldn't even be a regular 11 seed. I think they should be in the playing games because they lost to Indiana. in their Big Ten. I'm sorry, you made Indiana the playing game, but when Michigan lost to them, but that's whatever. It's because it's Michigan. But they're afraid that what's his name, Howard's gonna slap them if they don't put him in the, they didn't make him there. So then we have our number 3 seed Tennessee, who is 26-7, going up against number 14 seed Longwood. Also, shout out to Longwood for liking my post. Shout out to you guys. I think that Longwood got the bad end of the stick here. Tennessee is just disgusting. Tennessee is one of my favorites to win it all. I really think Tennessee has a capability to win this whole thing. They really impressed me. They're led by Santiago Vescovi and Kennedy Chandler. They are guard heavy. They rely on 3-point shooting. This team is let's look at what they are for 3-point. Let's look at their stats right here. Let's just look. They are 35.9 from the 3-point line, 71% for free throws. They average 9.3 steals per game, 14.3 blocks per game. But Longwood isn't no joke either. 45.2% for field goal, 37.9 3-point percentage, 72% from the free throw line, 33 rebounds per game, 7.8 steals and 2.4 blocks. I mean, not bad, but you're going up against a buzzsaw. This is a buzzsaw team. Tennessee is a buzzsaw. Yes, along with 19 of the last 20 games they have won. They are red hot. They are coming in hot as hell. But Tennessee is too. Tennessee is a scary thing to play against. And I feel bad for Longwood because they have a team that is just destroying teams right now, you guys. So I think that's the scary part. Now we go to our next game. So I think Tennessee's going to win that. Sorry if I didn't say that. We have our number 7 seed Ohio State going up against the number 10 seed Loyola. Sister Jean going up against the Buckeyes. Think it's a really good game. I think that Ohio State, though, has a problem. They have been struggling lately. They are coming in cold. People are saying they could be a sleeper team. I don't think they're going to be because they have struggled lately. They have been on a struggling term lately. Loyola is coming in hot. They are hot. I think Loyola is going to beat Ohio State this year. I think Loyola is going to make another run. Sister Jean is going to make another run in the tournament. I think Loyola is going to beat Ohio State pretty well. But Ohio State, some people, I can see why they pick Ohio State. But I just got to go with Loyola in this one, you guys. I think Loyola is the better team. They have a good team. They are young, too. They are ranked among the best in 2-point field goals and 3-point field goals, you guys. They defended it. They're allowing just 61.7 points per game. Loyola. I think that says enough. Now we go to our next game. We have our number 2 seed, our last game in the South region. We have our number 2 seed, Villanova, 26-7, going up against our number 15 seed, Delaware Blue Hens. My question is Jameer Nelson Jr., is that Jameer Nelson? That's a dumb question. Never mind. I figured it out. This is the best. The Nova is the best free throw shooting team. They don't turn the ball over. This team is a very fundamentally sound team, like Villanova really always is. They are very fundamental. They won the Big East. They aren't a team that gets into it. They can't be a team that plays quick. They're a fundamental team. They like to set up, do that stuff. And you have Delaware, who is a running team in a way. They will run. They run and run and run. So I think that honestly, I think Villanova will beat them. But I think that Delaware could be a team that beats Nova. And I know Young Sensation does not like hearing that. But I think that could be an upset. This could be an upset watch because if Delaware starts running, but Nova's going to get tired. Nova doesn't like that. Nova doesn't like playing that kind of ball. So we will have to see. Then we go to the Midwest region. We have our number 1 seed, Kansas, who is 28-6. Going to either go up against Texas Southern or Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Christie. Then we have our next game. We have the number 8 seed San Diego State going up against number 9 Creighton. This is where I said, you guys, I did not have anything written for them. I apologize because my computer went weird and I wanted to get on live for you guys so we could talk. So we have Blue Jays. We have the Creighton is 45% for field goals. They aren't the best three-point shooting team. They're 30% from three-point, but they are a really good free throw shooting team, 72%. San Diego State, on the other hand, is not great at free throws. They're 68%, but they can shoot threes, 35%. We have Creighton averages more rebounds, 36 rebounds compared to 32 rebounds for San Diego State. San Diego State averages 7.6 steals per game. San Diego State's defense is really, really good. San Diego State's defense is what makes them dumb. Creighton is a team that has gotten hot, honestly. Yes, I think they did just get beat pretty well by Nova in the finals, but they made it to the finals in the Big East when no one expected them to make the finals. So that is something to think about, and just remember that this team is a team, Creighton, that has not supposed to be. Weren't supposed to be where they were supposed to be, and they made it. So I think Creighton will beat San Diego State, honestly. I know you saw that. That was pretty cool, right? Now we have our number 5 seed, Iowa, going up against the Richmond Spiders. Both of these teams are coming in hot as hell. Richmond stole a seed. They were not supposed to be here, but they are here, so congratulations. Iowa, they are a great team. They have impressive stat line. They 6'8" forward. It's 23 points, 23.7 points, 8.6 rebounds per game, 2 blocks per game, and 40.6% from the three-point line. Lexington for Iowa. Then he has his twin brother, too, that's on the team, who averages 10 points per game and is 40.4% from the line. This team, Iowa, is a team that is coming in hot. They did just win the Big Ten. And then we have Richmond, who has been on fire. They won the A-10. I believe. Oh, they beat Davidson. I apologize. Davidson didn't win the Big Ten. Or the Atlantic 10. Richmond did. I apologize, you guys. Richmond won it. And Richmond, they stole a bid. They stole a bid from a bubble team, like a Texas A&M team. I think that's what they're talking about. It was Richmond or Texas A&M, but Richmond won it. So yeah, even though Michigan shouldn't be in here, but whatever. Michigan doesn't deserve to be, but I think the committee was afraid that Howard would smack them, but it's whatever. Richmond is led by Grant Golden, 14.3. He's had a lot of stuff. This year he is balling out. Congrats to Grant Golden. Think that this is going to be a great game. I do not see Iowa losing. I don't, but it's a possibility. Richmond is coming in hot. Richmond is coming in really, really hot. So this could be an upset watch. I'll put it on the upset watch. Yeah, I'll put that on KBM's upset watch. I think Iowa, there's a possibility that Iowa could lose. And I think that Iowa should win this game pretty easily because of what I've seen from them. This team doesn't give up on anything. They keep going. They keep playing, but so doesn't Richmond. This is going to be a great matchup. I really have to say this is a great freaking matchup. Now we go to our next game. We have our number 4 seeded Providence, who's 25-5, going up against our number 13 seed South Dakota State. And what a game right here. This is going to be a game to watch for. We have South Dakota State. This is their first. They are a team that has spoiled dreams before. This team is 30-4. They have not lost. They did not lose a game in their conference this year. They're 30-4 for a reason. This team is good. They averaged 86.7 points per game, second in the nation or in the country to Gonzaga. Yes, to the number 1 team overall in the country, Gonzaga. They are set behind them for points per game. They are amazing. In the Summit League, they were undefeated. They hit 90 points or more in their season, in the regular season, more than 7 times. South Dakota State is not no slump. They are 59% from inside the arc, 7th in the nation, and they're 45.3 from 3. They are an amazing team. They are led by Douglas Wilson, 16.5 points per game, 40% from 3, you guys. South Dakota State is a team that I think that this is an upset. I think you're going to see an upset here. Yes, Providence has been great all year. Yes, Providence is amazing. But I think South Dakota State has the pieces to beat Providence. And I know that some people are like, oh, yeah. But no, I think so. Providence is led by Nate Watson, 13.8 points per game. Providence also has 5 players averaging at least 10 points. Yes, I do know that. And I just think South Dakota State is a team that's coming in hot and they want to win. They want this. They want to prove. So I think this is the big upset that nobody is expecting. I say South Dakota State beats Providence in the bracket busting. So I think that's 2 13 seeds, I think I've said today. That's going to beat the 4 seed. So now we go to our number 6 seed, LSU, going up against our number 11 seed, Iowa State. And this is honestly a really good game, but I just think LSU is coming in pretty hot. So I think that Iowa State isn't going to do as well I think most people think they were. I do have LSU in this one. Not really much I can talk to you guys about this one. I think Iowa State has a great team, but I think LSU's offense has kicked in the last couple weeks, and it's really impressing me. So I go LSU with this one. Then we go to our next game. Look at that. Ooh. Then we go to our next game. We have number 3, Wisconsin, going up against number 14 seeded Colgate. Colgate's a great team. Colgate is an amazing team, but I do not see them beating Wisconsin. Wisconsin, they have been great. They are top 30 in defenses in America, lowest turnover rate. They are led by Johnny Davis, who is an unexpected Wooden Award finalist, who's averaging 19.7 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game. This team is good. Wisconsin is amazing. And we got to give some credit to Colgate. Colgate is number 14 seed, is the 14 seed, and they are very impressive. Where the hell is the 14 seed? There we go. They destroyed Navy in the Patriot League tournament. Was its 15th consecutive victory, Colgate, and it's amazing. They are just looking. I'm looking at some of their stats. It's just scary. They are number 2 in in their league. They're number 2 in defense efficiency, number 1 in offense efficiency in their conference. They run their 3 conference tournament games by 54 points combined. That's scary. They are led by their 3-pointers. They're 40% from the 3-point line, which is very impressive. So they're gonna have to stop them from Wisconsin. Have to stop them from 3-pointers. So I think that Wisconsin is gonna win this, but I think Colgate is gonna impress some people with how well they play. Now we go to our next game, our second to last game, you guys. We have the USC Trojans versus number 10 seed Miami, Florida. Honestly, you guys, I'll be straight up with you guys. I have no clue for this game. I'm going to be honest. I've looked at the stats. I've looked at everything. Both of these teams are so good. This is one of those ones where flip a coin. That's what I can tell you. Flip a coin. I don't know. I don't even know who I'm going with. I think I'm leaning towards USC. Because I really do not know. Because Miami is a great team. They have shown that they can beat the best of the best. And so has in USC. USC has shown that they can hang with the best of the best. I think that Miami has turned it on lately. But same with USC. I don't know. That's one of those games where it's you don't know who is going to be. Because both these teams are so evenly matched. This is, in my opinion, this is the game to watch for out of the whole tournament. I think the 8-9 matchup and the 7-10 matchup this year's have been the best, like 7-10 seeds and the 8-9 seeds. Those games are the best this year, I think, in the tournament. And I think this is just going to be a great game. I can't tell you who I think is going to win this because I don't know. It's so evenly matched. Now we go to our last game, you guys. We have our number 2 seed Auburn going up against our number 15 seed Jacksonville State. Honestly, you guys, Jacksonville State, I'm so proud that you're here. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But Auburn's going to destroy you. Straight up, Auburn is going to destroy you guys. I think Auburn has a great team, but Auburn didn't show up in the SEC tournament, which a lot of people were talking about. Do I think Auburn's going to win it all this year? Hell no. They have gone into a little bit of a cold streak, honestly, if we're going to be honest with each other. They have gone into a cold streak. I think Jacksonville is the team that can give them a run for their money if Auburn doesn't show up to play like Auburn is. Auburn shows up like they played in the SEC tournament. Jacksonville State is going to give them a run for their money. If Auburn shows up to play Auburn damn basketball, Auburn will destroy Jacksonville State without hesitation. So, that is the... Let me do this. Make my show bigger. So, you guys, that is the preview show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I know I did. I hope you guys subscribe and like the video, and I will be doing a video of this myself. It'll probably be released tomorrow morning. More than likely, I'll probably record it tonight and get it out tomorrow morning. Hope you guys liked this video. Hope this guys helped you guys. And make sure you guys go fill out a bracket in the KBM Sports Talk Bracket Challenge on ESPN, the Tournament Challenge. And until next time, see ya!